But hey, good morning, guys. Welcome to this week's reading of my Vision Quest deck. Give us a little bit of a Native American outlook on the week from a spiritual perspective. And I'm going to read from the guidebook. And I've brought in some agar wood incense, so there's a really awesome smell in the room, and I've decided to shuffle twice before I turned on. And look at this, the Father of Water wants to come out and talk to us. Love and romance and passion and intuition and abundance. And just show this card. He's looking toward the future. He's optimistic. He's got this cool seashell on his necklace, and that appears to be quite a lot of turquoise. So again, intuition, and he's being guided and protected. I love that he appears to be standing in the pond, so he's literally standing in a pool of intuitive beauty. Very beautiful landscape. And he looks lit like maybe it's sunrise, although the sky in the back looks like it's night. So he's made it through the night. He probably got a great night's sleep. He got up early and he got some food for the family. So he's on his game early in the morning. And let's see what else. Oh, grandfather. Number 4 in the major arcana is our second card, and that's the big theme for the day, grandfather. And grandfather has mastered the elements. He's the wise soul that guides the tribe. He's guiding his son as they both look to the future, in my opinion, optimistically from a grounded standpoint, even though this is water, cups, grounded in intuition, following their instincts. They've made peace with the buffalo, thanking the buffalo for its meat and its life-sustaining beauty, and 4 of fire, completion. Appears to be some sage burning there. So we've got water and fire and completion. So whatever you've been working on, it appears that the hunt is coming to an end. The project is coming to an end. For me personally, I'm working on a thing called a spring store, where I'm going to sell t-shirt and hat and coffee mug type products, full of symbolism, full of, from photos that I've taken, nothing AI, full of love and energy and positivity that I felt when I when I captured that photo, and you can wear it and absorb some of that energy, take it into your day with you, and I'm almost completed with that. And it's an idea that came to me sort of out of nowhere. And I wouldn't consider myself at grandfather age, but certainly not a young man. And I do feel wise, and I do feel like I've tamed my surroundings and mastered my surroundings. Again, I'm living in Hawaii. It's the most beautiful place you can imagine, and I didn't grow up here. I was born in the northern part of Illinois, and in the middle of the U.S., and I have absorbed this tropical paradise culture, and everything about it is in essence more so than what meets the eye. That it's a feeling, it's in the air, it's in everything we do. It's in the water, it's in the vibration that comes through our feet when we walk on the ground. The frequent rainbows that we see, the tons and tons and millions of birds that fly around and chirp, and the rooster that wakes us up in the morning. The wild chickens are everywhere. And I feel like after 5 years, I've come to terms with the parts of the environment that have challenged me or taught me is a better word. And now my vision is to create something that I can sort of encapsulate that and then put it out into the universe, into the world in a practical way, so that I can share it. So it's beyond just the words that you hear today, and it's beyond just some of the ideas that I convey. It's a something tangible, something practical, something you can hold, something that you can put on that's going to have the energy that I had in the moment that I created it. And I'm excited about that. And maybe you're doing the same thing. Maybe this appears to be a really beautiful piece of art. This could be a painting. This could be a photo from above, where some sage is burning to ward off any negativity and to cleanse the area and the room. I keep coming back to grandfather. He's sharing his love. He's watching over his tribe. And I think this can also, and I you've probably heard many times already that I like to turn things internal. So this can be our higher self paying very close attention to how we think, how we speak, even how we feel about ourselves, and sort of guiding that in a wise way to be as positive and productive as possible. And when we wake up early and we go out and we do the things that keep us stable, not just keep us stable, but push us forward. We get up early and we get plugged into our intuitive body, and we get a set of instructions, really, and they may seem repetitive, but we need to eat every day, so that's okay. They flow down this beautiful waterfall into this pond, and when our feet are in the pond of intuition, we get ignited, and our ideas, whatever ideas you're working on, whether it's to get a new job, or to maybe to figure out how to overcome some relationship tension, we're wisely able to navigate ourselves to a sense of completion. And this to me, even though these are sage that's burning to maybe move out some negative things, it's also so aesthetically pleasing that it's a work of art within itself. And that's what our projects are. And that's what our life is, really. I think this is an interesting, if we pull the lens out a little bit, our life should be a work of art. It should be a mosaic of ideas that we then took the action steps toward until we saw the completion, we saw the fruition. And that can hold true in every category. And so the fact that these two guys, these two men, appear to be staring, so obviously it's a photo on a card, so they cannot not stare. It's not a moving picture, but it captures my attention because they appear to be just so focused on whatever it is their goal is, whatever it is they're wanting to be diligent about, wanting to be conscious of. And you have the 40-year-old, and you have the 70-year-old, and God willing, this 40-year-old will one day be the 70-year-old. And in that process, there will be many, many, many days of completion, because we should have an ongoing stream of ideas and things we're working on. Climb one mountain, start to climb the next one. Creativity on a conveyor belt. So we pluck the ideas that fit us. It's time for a new job. It's time for a new fitness routine. It's time for a new friend. It's time for a new routine. It's time to paint a new portrait. It's time to make a new clay pot. It's time to create a new business. And it's time to create a new cycle. So, for you, I don't know what you're working on, but it appears to me that whatever it is, it's going to get to a level of completion that is beautiful and aesthetic, as long as you pay close attention to every step in the journey. It'll come out the way you hope it does. Okay? So I'm hearing that, and I'm also telling you that. So I want to read really quick. Sorry, before I do, let's add up the numbers. Okay, so we've got 1, and 4 is 5, and 4 is 9. So, whoa. Gosh, I love this stuff. So yes, 9, the first word that always comes to my mind with 9 is completion. And let's see if I can get a little bit of kitty cat energy in here today. Nalu, what do you got to say, huh? I got for you. Come on. I also got this amazing amethyst owl keychain. So let's bring the wise owl in and see if we can get another word here. Let's turn this off because Nalu doesn't like incense. Hello, Nalu. Good morning, kitty. Nalu has completed her vision quest for breakfast. She was on my chest at 5 a.m., purring me awake, urging me to not miss the hunt. Oh, honey, here, come on. This one's over here. Come on. I got some sunflowers at the farmer's market yesterday. My wife and I went to the farmer's market. Here, honey, this for you. Come on. And it was wonderful. I also got this lazulus, is that how you say it? This really beautiful blue bracelet. And apparently these stones during the Renaissance and Baroque period were ground up. They're most prevalently found in northern Syria, and they were ground up and then turned into a pigment that could be used in some famous paintings. But I was so drawn to it, and I do feel like it's kicked my intuition in. Yay, Choto, little bit. Sorry, my wife is Japanese. Sometimes I speak some Japanese words. Okay, so for those of you who want to stick around, I would like to read this guidebook just a little bit. And for those who are busy, have a great day and spread love and share wisdom, guys. Okay, so we learn and we pass it on. And one reason I call these showings is because you guys can interpret these cards and you can give me through the comments what you feel and what you've gotten, and we can then go back and forth, and then it deepens the message, and I love that. I'm fully engaged in that. I am certainly not the foremost authority here. And so Father of Water: sensitivity, perceptiveness, psychic receptivity, patience, inner knowing, intuitive thought process, artistic talent, but sometimes fogginess in the face of the ungraspable. So, if we can't really easily get to a solution, maybe we kind of zone out a little bit. And that's okay, because that's life and we go through these cycles. But I love this inner knowing, and I certainly think patience is definitely a virtue that we can all work on. So the inner message is: follow your intuitive insightfulness. Heed its subtlest intimations, even if you can't put them into words. Direct insights happen without words. It is a mistake to believe that only what is expressible can really be true. The truth exists beyond all expressions. The mystery all around us is so ungraspable that our limited concept can only point to it. Now, trust your most delicate feelings. They speak to you more clearly than any words. And I want to just quickly say a couple things for me. For me, right now, during this period, something that sort of I'm putting into a practical set of actions based on exactly this is I've turned off a bunch of my friends. Not permanently, and I've politely just let them know that I'm in a period of very deep self-work, and I don't want to listen to outside opinion, even though their opinions have been great. It doesn't matter. I want to listen to what's coming in from that, which is so powerful. We don't really have words to describe it, guys. We just kind of have words to sort of point to it, and I fully agree with that. So, maybe turn off something. Turn off the TV, turn off the neighbor, turn off the boss if you can. Okay, so outward manifestation. Your non-judgmental perceptiveness makes others seek your advice. Don't be shy. Use this talent to enhance your environment or business. The desire to share your intuitive knowledge with others is a genuine desire to comfort and assist. And I would like to take that and put it for the description of my channel, because that's what I'm doing here. I am no expert, but this is how I think, this is what I do, and it's gotten me to 59.9 years and the achievement of quite a lot of amazing goals. And just by sharing that, I hope that someone can learn something that helps them. That's the goal. I certainly learn from you guys. I've gotten some amazing comments. It's just amazing to open yourself up through something like a YouTube channel. Okay, so grandfather relates to the emperor. Okay, so protection, generous benefactor, ruling by serving, love that. Position of responsibility, help in moments of need, wisdom, elevation, nobility, courage, authority, reliability. The power of the grandfather is always alive in us. As soon as you recollect parts of yourself, its qualities are yours. The grandfather may also represent the physical father you never had, or who was not there for you. Generally, he stands for the stability to take matters into your own hands while granting your inner child the certainty that it will be protected and well taken care of. He represents the power of the grown man who has welcomed and integrated his feminine side. This makes him an inwardly complete unity. His intentions are no longer divided, so he can use this full authority for the benefit of beings everywhere. And I love that it talks so much about it being an inside game, if you will, that then can be shared. And I think that really resonates with me. And for the outward manifestation, drawing the grandfather to you signifies that it is time to stop hiding your inherent strengths. Reveal them for all the world to see. Respect your inner authority and exude it, even at work. True responsibility is a responsiveness to life. Do not hide from this. You have gathered enough experience and realizations. Now use them for your benefit and that of everyone else. The ability to grant spiritual as well as material help and protection to others is a tremendous gift. Remember the generosity of the buffalo. He gives of himself. He continuously emanates his strength. You too must give away without hesitation what the Great Spirit has bestowed on you in its infinite generosity. Now, what came to mind while I was reading this is, let's see, drawing the grandfather to you signifies that it is time to stop hiding your inherent strengths. Now, I was thinking about when I used to have a job and I worked for a company. I always felt like I was the lower person maybe in the room, and that my ideas, I didn't want to express too much because I didn't want to overshadow the senior people. But I always felt like I had better, or at least high quality enough ideas that I should share them, but I at my younger self, I kept them inside. And I think we need to bravely speak our truth. And if that's a negative in a certain environment, let it fall away, whatever it is, because that's a sign that you've outgrown your environment, if that's the case. But I think in many cases, what you'll find is that that information is valuable enough that it's going to help a situation at work. It's going to help others. Certainly, obviously, if you're a parent. Anyway, so that's just what popped into my head right then. Four of fire, completion. So let's go to fire. Okay, so completion, change, settlement, successful conclusion as much as a positive beginning, harmony. So one conclusion to a new beginning, with, nonstop. We've got one life as far as we know. I actually don't believe that, but you know what I'm saying. Harmony. Okay, inner message. Something important is reaching a point of fruition and therefore conclusion. Accept that everything in life has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Welcome the fact that every process, every situation contains its own disillusion. Outward manifestation. By consciously going through a certain situation all the way, you become capable of finally letting go completely. As the incense of healing herbs clears stagnant vibrations in the atmosphere, you too must let yourself become inwardly empty and clear in order to welcome the new. If you have asked about a relationship, this card signifies the possibility that it may soon change profoundly. Like the end of a good book that we don't want to end. This book has been so good, I don't want it to end. It has to. Everything has to end. And then the empty vessel, as it says, and then we get to recreate, and we get to come up with a new idea, and we get to start on something exciting again. We get to master it. We get to share it with our the people around us and the world if we can. And inevitably, it's going to come to an end. And one of the favorite sayings that I've heard in my life from someone was that sometimes even good things need to come to an end, right? Because we need new situations, and we need new goals, and we need new projects to stimulate us and to stimulate learning and the growth of our wisdom and the depth of what we can share. So if it's something coming to an end and it's bittersweet for you, just know that that's the natural process, and get excited that you get to start on something new again. So that is exciting. Okay, so one thing I wanted to make a note on, guys, first of all, I hope you got something out of this, and I would love to hear your comments and share your thoughts on this reading. One thing I wanted to note in the next video I'm going to make is that today is 32 days of sobriety for me. I know, it is a fucking miracle. And I don't want to talk too much about that here because that's really not the subject of this, but completion for me has many different meanings, and one of them is that my goal was 30 days of no alcohol and no cannabis. I rarely smoke cannabis anymore, but it is my drug of choice. I rarely smoke it because I've had to beat it into submission, more so than alcohol. But I wanted to take a 30-day dry, if you will, is the term, and I completed that, and now it's been 32 or 33 days. And the reason it's been 33 days is because I feel amazing, and I don't see any reason. I'm definitely not going to go buy a six-pack today. So if you've never tried a period of not drinking alcohol, I fully recommend that you do that. It's a great way to come up with a project for yourself. And I'm someone who doesn't feel like they have a problem. Certainly not a problem that's taking me off my game to the point where I can't work and I can't maintain relationships and I feel unhealthy, and definitely not, but I just wanted to put aside something, just a personal challenge, and the rising confidence, the feeling of mental clarity, um, the opening of, I don't know if it's the opening of the crown chakra, so the messaging has become mm, more abundant and certainly more clear. And I love that. And that's what I want to get intoxicated on right now, is all that wonderfulness. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to do another day today, one day at a time. And again, I think, um, there's a lot of different things. It could be food, a certain food, no cake for a month, no wine um, for a month. Just try it and document it and see how you feel at 30 days. And maybe it's something that could be a key for you to get yourself to the higher level. Certainly, there's been more action toward whatever it is I wanted there to be action toward. Man, I have been really, really high energy. Um, and there were some rocky moments in that first week or two, but it's really been a very, very positive thing overall. So anyway, I just wanted to share that. I'm going to make a whole video about it. But have a wonderful week. This is a weekly reading, and this is for anyone who's wanting to connect deeper into their intuition, for anyone who's wanting to share their experience, strength, and hope with others, and for anyone who's coming to the end of something, whether it be against their will or because that's the natural process here. Just know that right after this, we start again. you know? So it's exciting. I love it. Okay, guys. So have an amazing day and aloha.